never shut up.
Yes.
Okay. So you do you live a big city?
Yes, actually, I live in Davao City in Mindanao Island.
Davao City. Yeah. Davao. Yes. Maybe it's big city. Yeah.
Yes, actually, if you it is the president's hometown.
Oh, really? Duterte
Yes.
president?
Yes.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Duterte.
Yeah. So I think Davao City it is the biggest city in the Philippines, and it is one of the safest cities in the Philippines.
Oh, safest city? Oh,
Yeah,
really?
because it is the hometown of Duterte. So a lot of people are afraid of Duterte
Tarde.
since he was the mayor here.
Mayor.
Yeah, some
mayor.
of the
Okay.
people here are afraid to do bad things since Davao City it is the hometown. It is the place where Duterte's family govern or lead this city in the Philippines.
So in a sense, so citizen protect president family and president. You mean?
Yeah, so they're afraid to do bad things in the city because they are afraid what the mayor's going to do towards them. Since President Duterte is a very something like strong leader.
Yeah. So
they're afraid of him.
I know you. What you say? Yeah.
Yes.
So in the past, so I heard the president, so Duterte, is remove. Okay. Just a moment.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard that drug dealers have been completely eliminated. Okay.
It's correct.
All right. So yeah. So you mean to say that you heard the news that the drug dealers in the Philippines have been completely eliminated? Okay. So in my opinion, I don't think that that drugs or drug lords, drug dealers have been completely eradicated or eliminated in our country. So maybe somehow it was something like diminished or reduced, but not completely eliminated.
So you mean so a little decreasing, but so
Yeah,
all.
yes.
Okay.
But not completely eradicated.
So actually, so you heard so there are many drug dealers in your city, Davao City.
Okay. So maybe in Davao City, when President Duterte was a mayor here before, he actually had this kind of platform or this kind of program that he really wanted to completely eliminate the drugs here in Davao City. But since it cannot be avoided that there's still some other people who want to buy drugs, who want to sell drugs. So in Davao City, I don't think that it is also completely resolved about the drug issue.
Really?
Yes. So since drug is also a very big social problem in the Philippines, and even in that case, there are also some politicians who are behind of this drug issue. So even politicians are involved in drugs. So that's why it's not really easy to completely eliminate drugs in the Philippines.
So you mean involved? So police or politician?
Yeah, or there's actually a news that the Secretary of Justice, which is for Senator Laila de Lima, was involved in a drug issue, and she was actually in jail right now. So she was working in the government before, and during the President Duterte's administration, they found out that this politician or public servant was involved in drugs. So that's why that politician was in jail to pay for her punishment for upon the involvement of drugs in the Philippines. So that's why drugs in the Philippines cannot be easily resolved because even police, even politician, even public servant are also involved or belong to this kind of problem.
So actually, so are there many sorry so if you want to so do you get so easily
the drugs?
Yes.
Yeah, so maybe especially some slums in Manila City, there are some drug addicts there. So if you are really already addicted to this sort of drugs, you will really find a way on how to have an access to these drugs. Even though the administration is really trying to eliminate or eradicate it completely. So I don't know how they actually or how they can actually have an access to these drugs. Maybe there's the drug lords actually. So they can easily have those drugs, for example, shabu or that kind of drug, ecstasy, party drugs. So they can still have an access. And I don't know how they actually do it.
Okay. へえ。そうか。So, in a sense, so easy to get drugs.
Yes, in some areas in the Philippines. But in Davao City, I don't think it's really that easy to get an access or to have an access to drugs. Maybe, for example, in Bureau of Customs, maybe there are some people who are involved in drugs, so they can easily just pass some cargoes, and some people don't know that in those cargoes there are drugs in it. Yeah, Bureau of Customs.
Customs.
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Yeah. So actually, so I live in countryside. So
In Japan?
Yeah. So I can't. I don't heard. I can't hear. Yeah, about drugs. So around me. So I can't imagine. So about drugs. So
Yeah, because yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so maybe because drug is not really a big social problem in Japan, unlike Philippines, right? Or the use of drugs is not really a big problem in Japan.
Yeah. So actually, so some people want to try to use drugs. Yeah. But so maybe so Japanese drug dealers is a little.
Okay.
Yes.
So they can still have an access to have drugs. I see. Okay, yeah, because maybe if we're going to compare it in Canada or somewhere in the USA, so some kind of drugs are legal or it's okay to use.
Yes. Canada is legal. Yes.
Yeah, legal country to use drugs. Are you familiar with marijuana?
Yeah. I heard. Yeah, marijuana.
Yes. So they said it has some health benefits, so that's why it should be legalized. So do you think it's good to legalize that kind of drug or organic drug?
Actually, I don't think so. So because so what should I say that? So if I don't use marijuana or like that, so I'm I'm okay. So, so I found out. So instead of drugs, so I'm okay.
Okay. All right. So we are not in favor of legalizing marijuana or any sort of drugs in your country or in any country, right?
But so on the other hand, so drug business, so illegally, is so big business. So in Canada and USA. So maybe during the pandemic, so this company is so very get the money.
It's booming. They're
booming.
successful.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you. Yes. So yeah, in every country they have their own social problem.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think the biggest social problem that each country is facing right now is the COVID-19. Right?
Yeah.
And we are not sure when this pandemic will end.
Yeah.
So please take care always there in Japan.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
So by the way, before we'll end the lesson, where in Japan do you live?